Why did you hide your job from your family? My family treats jobs like cheat codes. The second somebody gets hired somewhere, suddenly the whole bloodline thinks they own part of the company. My cousin worked at a hotel for 3 months and spent the entire time sneaking relatives into the breakfast buffet through the side entrance like he was running an underground operation. My aunt got a job at a pharmacy, and people started calling her at midnight, asking if she could accidentally bring home expensive skincare products that were probably getting thrown away anyway. So when I got hired as a 911 dispatcher, I told absolutely nobody. Not my parents, not my cousins, not even my older brother who literally lived 10 minutes away. Every shift, I'd leave the house saying I worked overnight customer support for some insurance company. Boring enough that nobody asked questions. And honestly, it was peaceful. For almost 8 months, my life stayed normal. Then one night, everything collapsed because of a stupid Bluetooth connection. I was driving my mom home after dinner when my work radio automatically connected to my car speakers. The operator on the other end went, "Dispatch to Unit 42, domestic disturbance reported." I lunged for the volume button so hard I almost drove onto the sidewalk. Too late. My mom slowly turned toward me. "Dispatch?" I immediately started lying. Told her it was some podcast. She stared at me for like 5 full seconds and said, "You listen to police podcasts while driving?" I should have just confessed right there. Instead, I doubled down. Huge mistake. Because the next morning, my brother called me laughing. Apparently, my mom had spent the entire night playing detective and somehow figured everything out herself. And once he knew, my life was over. At first, it seemed harmless. He'd text me random stuff like, "Can you check if I have unpaid tickets?" Then, "Can you see who this number belongs to?" Then, "My friend got arrested last night. Can you tell me what happened?" Every single time I said no. And every single time he acted personally offended. Like I was betraying the family by not risking my entire career for information I legally could not give him. Then one night he crossed the line completely. Around 2 a.m. I got a text from him that just said, "Need you to send police somewhere." No explanation. Nothing. I called him immediately. Turns out he'd gotten into an argument with his ex-boyfriend outside a club and wanted me to send officers over just to scare him a little. I told him absolutely not. And instead of backing off, he got mad. Started yelling about how I help strangers all day but can't help family once. That sentence right there told me everything. Because that's the mentality my family always had. To them, a job wasn't your career. It was access. A shortcut. A personal advantage they were entitled to. The next morning, my aunt called asking if I could look up her neighbor because he looked suspicious. My cousin wanted me to check if his girlfriend had a criminal record. My own mother asked if I could find out whether someone was secretly married. That's when I realized hiding the job was never the problem. Telling them was. So I transferred departments, changed shifts, stopped discussing work completely, and turned into the most boring person alive anytime family asked questions. Now when people ask what I do, I tell them data entry. Nobody has ever asked a follow-up question. And honestly, that's the safest job I've ever had.